Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 3. Now, day 3, actually not that bad. We have a little bit less to do than we did in the previous 2 days. Let's start off by looking at some graphs. Okay, you have some word problems that you're looking at, and then each one has a graph associated with here, or with it. On mine, I have takis being eaten, and on the bottom, I have minutes passing. Okay, remember, graphs are read from left to right. So it looks like the number of takis that are being eaten are increasing as the minutes pass by. Okay. Now, for constants of proportionality, which is what you're looking for here, okay, you want to see if you can observe a pattern. Okay, if you can observe a pattern that stays the same throughout the entire process, then you do have a constant. Okay, now I'm noticing that I have, or 1 minute passes by here and it goes up by 10. Okay. Another minute passes by here and it goes up by another 10. Okay, so far it does seem proportional. I go over another minute, it goes up another 10, another minute goes up another 10, another minute goes up another 10. Okay, so cool. We have something to work with here. All right. Now, since it's increasing by 10, right, that's going to be my focus here. Yeah. So I'm going to say 10 takis are eaten every 1 minute. Okay, so since it's going up by 10 for every one, okay, this is part of my answer. But if I had to put it in just numbers, I would say that it's going up by 10 over 1. Okay, so it's going up by 10 for every 1 that it goes over. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for right here. I've got containers here on the bottom, and I've got liters of oil. Okay, now let's see if we can find a pattern here. If we can find a pattern, then we have a constant of proportionality. Okay, 1, it goes up by 5. 2, it goes up by 5, so we're at 10. 3, it goes up by 5, we're at 15. 4, it goes up by 5, we're at 20. And 5, it goes up by 25. Okay, so this is proportional. It's growing at the same rate. Okay. Now, I just need to put it in my number sentence, and then I need to put how much it's increasing by over the number that it's or that we're going over by. So looks like 5 liters for every 1 container. Okay, that is an A and an N smushed together, or an A and an I. Alright, so that's part of my answer. That's how much it's going over by in the real world. Okay, and how much is it increasing? It's increasing by 5 over 1. Okay, alright, let's go to the second one. Another multiple representation thing. Okay, except they're getting a little bit uglier now. Okay, so I've got 15.50 times negative 12. Okay. If you want to think of this as something, think of it like $15.50 being like a late fee, and then you're late like 12 times. That's how you would use this in a real like situation. But we're getting outside of that. Let's go ahead and start with strategies. So, strat. Okay. All right. We've done number lines. We've done splitting and chunking our numbers up. Here, I think we'll just go back to basics and we'll just multiply just like how we normally do. So this is going to be a negative 12. Okay. just going to go through. 2 times 0 is going to be 0. 2 times 5 is going to be a 10, so we carry the 1. 2 times 5 is going to give us 10. That's going to be 11. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is going to be 2. We get 3. Okay, put a placeholder down because we're going over. 1 times 0 is going to give us 0. 1 times 5 is going to give us 5. 1 times 5 is going to give us 5. And 1 times 1 is going to give us 1. Now we're going to add everything together. 0 plus 0. 0 plus 0. 1 plus 5, that's 6. 3 plus 5, that's 8. 1 plus nothing is 1. So, alright, now I have to do my decimal modification here. Okay, so I'm going to count how many numbers I have behind a decimal. I have one number, 2 numbers behind a decimal. Okay, so I'm going to start over here, and because I have 2 numbers behind a decimal, I'm going to move this decimal over 2 spaces. 1, 2, right there. So my answer is 186. Kidding. Remember, we multiplied by a negative. Okay, so my answer is negative 186. Okay, now we're going to do this visually. Okay, now, if I am going to show this visually, okay, one way that I could do it is I can get 12 of these, and they'd all have to be negative. I would have 15.50, okay? And it's negative because all of my groups of these are negative. I would have 12 groups of 15.50. So there's a late fee, 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 there's a late fee. Kids, don't pay for your stuff late. It's very painful for your wallet. What's the 5 there? Okay, so I have 12 groups of these 15.50. But remember, they're negative, so all of these are going to be negative groups. Visual done. All right, rewrite another problem like this. I don't think you guys are going to struggle with this at all, but you know what? We'll rewrite one. Okay, so a decimal. Let's think of a decimal. I'm going to think of, well, there's 24 of you guys, so I'm going to do 24.24. Okay. And then I'm going to think, let's go with 5 times negative 5. Okay. There I have another problem, which is what you were supposed to do here. If I could spell. That's just like this one. Okay, and then the explain how you know. Okay, again, if I were to add all of these up, I would end up owing a whole lot of money. Okay. So you have repeated reasoning, or you can check it on the calculator. All right, let's go on to the last one. All right, number 3, another rule 4. So this time we're actually given the equation again. So whenever we're given the equation, it's actually not all that bad. Okay, first let's make a table. We'll use that table to make our graph. All right, now I have my x's on my left, my y's on my right. So I'm going to start to put in some numbers. Okay, I like to start with 0 just because it's easy. If I put in 0 into this problem, what do I get out for y? 0 in for x, 2 times 0, that's going to give me 0. Okay, so looks like this. 0, and then I'll just get 0. Okay, so whenever I put 0 into this problem, okay, I get a 0 out. Well, that's my first point. 0, 0, 0, 0. Now I'm going to put in a 1. Numero uno. Okay. So I'm going to put in 1 for the x into this problem. 2 times 1, that's going to give me 2. So if I put 1 into this problem, I get a 2. Okay. So my x is 1. 1, I'm going to go up 2. Okay, there's my point. All right. Hello, motorcycle. Okay, I'm going to get 2 put it into this problem. 2 times 2, when I take 2 times 2, I get 4 out. Okay, you guys could probably already start to guess what I'm going to get for 3 when I put it into this problem. So, keep the x out, put a 3 in here. 2 times 3, that's going to be a 6. Okay, and then we can do 4. So we'll take 4. So I take the x out, I put 4 in for x. 2 times 4, I get 8. Alright, so I'm going to use these points, plot it, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, over 1, up 2, 2, 4, over 2, up 4, 3, 6, over 3, up 6, 4, 8, over 4, up 8. Now I just got to make my line that goes kind of sort of through all of those. Not the best line, but you know what? It don't have to be perfect. Okay, they've already given you your equation, your expression. Okay, so you don't need to worry about this bottom left one. Here, it does tell you to label your graph. Okay, if it's telling you to label your graph, okay, label which line is the x, label which line is the y, and then label your points. Okay, so this one is 0, 0. This one is 1, 2. This is 2, 4. This is 3, 6. Over here we have 4, 8. Alright, so the graph is labeled. Alright, now explain the trend. This kind of goes back to the constant of proportionality. Okay, what do you notice that's happening? Is there a pattern here? Well, if we look at the table, if you look at the graph, okay, for every one that we go up, or for every one that we put in here, this goes up by 2. Put another one in here, this goes up by another 2. We add another one, this goes up by 2. We add 4, it goes up, or our trend goes up to 8. Okay, so remember left to right, so this one is increasing. The line, if we had to describe the pattern, is increasing. By 2. And that's it for this example. Alright, boys and girls, so stay tuned. Today I did get a little bit more information about what's going to be happening from here on out. I'll let you guys know in the following video. Okay, see you guys then.